This is a mole. And this is a human. The mole is a small furry mammal. Their diet consists of earthworms, slugs and other small invertebrates. They lead a solitary lifestyle and spend most of their life underground digging tunnels. The human is a smooth-skinned bipedal mammal. It has a varied, omnivorous diet. It is a social creature, but also spends large amounts of time staring at a screen, just like you are right now. This video will tell the story of a human that blurred the lines between mole and human. This is the bizarre and true, and possibly sinister, story of William Lyttle, also known as the Moleman of Hackney. I'm in Hackney, North London, and this is number 121 Mortimer Road. Number 121 Mortimer Road wasn't always like this. As recently as 2006, it actually looked like this. A man called William Lyttle used to live here until he was evicted in 2006, and the house was partly demolished and the building you can see today was built in its place. William Lyttle was originally from Donegal, Ireland, and was born in 1931. He began his working life in Belgium as an electrical engineer in the aerospace industry and was married with a daughter. He moved with his family to North London in the early 60s when he inherited a house from a distant relative, number 121 Mortimer Road, a large 20-room house in Hackney. William Lyttle was a man who liked DIY, and he didn't allow his lack of skills to get in his way. He began renovating the house, adding windows, roof lights, knocking down walls and adding extensions to the property that were never seen by a building inspector. Within a few years, the house was falling into disrepair, largely as a result of his home improvements, and I use the word improvements quite wrongly. At some point during his various DIY projects, his wife and daughter disappeared, never to be heard from again, and he started to take in lodgers to help make ends meet. Unsurprisingly, the lodgers would not stay long, both because of the poor state of the house and due to Lyttle's increasingly eccentric and reclusive behaviour. One of the home improvements that Lyttle decided on was to have a wine cellar for his new home, and decided to dig it out himself. It took him a few months, and during that time, in his own words, he developed a taste for the thing. And so he kept digging and digging and digging and digging for the next 40 years. And digging. He dug out the wine cellar as planned and kept on going. He branched out tunnels in every direction from his house, with a total disregard for the impact of safety on what was above him. Whilst the local authority were aware of the poor state of the house, about which they could do nothing as it was private property, they were unaware of what was going on below ground. High walls concealed the vast amounts of earth that Lyttle was excavating below. Cars, furniture and even a boat were concealed behind the walls and under the rubble. During his 40 years, the human mole, or the Moleman of Hackney as he was later dubbed in the press, managed to dig tunnels as long as 20 metres and went down 3 metres, almost to the depth of the water table. He also reached to the pub at the end of his road, who became concerned that their cellar would collapse into one of his tunnels. His tunnelling activities began to come to light when sinkholes started to appear in both Mortimer Road and Stamford Road, and when he damaged a power cable, causing a blackout to many houses in the area. This finally led to a proper inspection of the house and surrounding area, and the local authority discovered, to their horror, the enormous extent of William Lyttle's tunnelling network. Bus routes had to be altered to avoid travelling over Mortimer Road and Stamford Street, along with temporarily banning other heavy vehicles over fears that more sinkholes could appear without warning. The local authority had had enough and evicted Lyttle in 2006. He was rehoused in a top-floor flat in a tower block, as he could not be trusted not to start tunnelling again. The authorities' distrust was well placed, as whilst there, he carried on his habit of DIY home unimprovements by knocking through a supporting wall without permission. Lyttle did not survive very long once away from his house and died in 2010. The local authority carried out ultrasound ground surveys and repaired the damage caused by the tunnels by filling them with concrete so that roads are now safe again. The house was gutted and renovated and was sold after Lyttle's death for over £1 million. There has been much speculation as to the reasons for his habit of tunnelling. Some have said it was a symptom of a mental health issue. Others have said it was simply a hobby that got out of hand, and with nobody around to question his behaviour, he just kept going. A more sinister theory is that it was linked to the mysterious disappearance of his wife and daughter. It is strange that there was no trace of them ever found, even when Lyttle's tunnelling was reported in the press, and especially when the house was sold for a large sum of money that they could have some claim to inherit themselves. Thanks for watching. Let me know what you think his motives were in the comments. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please like and subscribe and check out the other videos on the Offbeat London channel.